Having like bad credit and not really having my documentation together, my business wasn't really fully right. I was like, what are ways that I can still get the funding that I need for my business? We getting this money because it's debt free. It was money I did not have to pay back, money that did not have to have a credit score for, and it was literally an application online as if I was applying to a job. I said, well, why would I apply for a job when I can get paid money for doing the same amount of work?
Can you explain what exactly is a grant? Because I feel like people hear it, but they don't know exactly what it is.
Capital money funding that's infused into your business that's debt-free funding. This could be from a corporation, a private foundation. This could be from a government entity, a state entity. You know, there's multiple ways it can come from, but essentially it's just money that is infused into your business that has no strings attached in terms of diluting the business or adding any like terms of having to pay the money back.
Like, what about somebody that's literally just getting started? Like, I just created LLC yesterday. I don't really have no track record because I'm new to this. I don't even know what I'm projecting I'm going to make because all this stuff is new. Can I get a grant?
Yeah, you definitely can out the gate get a grant, right?
Like, for example, with me, you know, I help people get access to funding, not grants, but like, you know, credit cards, loans to be able to buy houses. But I'm not telling somebody to go get $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in funding. Like, yo, listen, you need about 50 or need about 30. Let's get you up to 100. Some people never even seen that kind of money, made that kind of money, or even know somebody that has that kind of money. Like, I'll show you how to get 50 to 100. I know how to get more than that, but it's like, I don't want to show you how to get 300,000 because I don't want you calling me back or DMing me back like, yo, bro, that 300,000 is gone, and there they calling.
We constantly want to move so fast because we're hungry and desperate because we haven't had access for so long that we don't understand all of the options that are available to us before we make decisions.
This money is to invest into business and real estate. If you're not thinking about doing this, log off. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Funded and Closed podcast. This podcast I put together specifically to help individuals like you want to make more money, learn new strategies, and just get yourself from where you at now to where exactly you want to be. And the reason why I put this podcast specifically together is because I look at a lot of podcasts myself, and a lot of times I'm watching them, they're saying, oh, I went and started this big business, or I bought all these houses, but I just put $1 million out of my retirement account. Or I just went ahead and got money from over here, did this over here. A lot of individuals hear stuff like that and they're like, well, I can't relate to that. So they end up not starting. So I wanted to put together a platform where individuals build 6, 7, 8-figure businesses, but they might have started from ground zero. So now you can hear those strategies, you can hear those stories and be like, dang, I can take those pieces and do the exact same thing. So as you guys know, I'm always excited about my guests. One of the reasons, because I only bring people on I've actually done business with, I actually have a relationship with, and I actually truly believe in what they're doing. And this is just another one of those individuals. But I'm even more excited about today because this is someone I met only a few years ago. And I just had a conversation with one of my guys, and they were saying, like, I don't believe in time, I believe in loyalty. Like, I don't care, I can know you for 20 years or knew you for 2 years, but if we really are having loyalty and really having a good bond and really clicking off, like, you could be my brother, you could be my sister right out the gate. So that's how I feel about you. We met only a couple years ago, but we built a strong bond. I believe in every single thing you're doing. Nobody can even say nothing bad about me, about you, around me. And I just really, really, really respect and appreciate you. So without further ado, Stormi, what's up?
Thank you. I like that introduction. And I needed to hear that, to be honest, because I was just telling Sean, these people don't have no morals, no loyalty, and no fear of God.
Nope.
They out here doing anything like savage wolves. It's not my type of industry. So I appreciate you being loyal back and for the relationship that we built in.
Facts. So on here, right, you're the first person, and I'm probably gonna make the last person. Or if someone comes and asks about grants, I'll get your permission first. But to talk about grants. So on this podcast, we have had episodes about business credit, obviously, different loans, different wholesaling strategy, different ways to make money or get access to capital, you know, to get into real estate or different businesses. But we never had anybody talk about grants. So I really kind of just want to, like, you know, talk about how you got started, but I want to get right into the play because I'm interested in myself. Like I told you about a new business venture that I have that I want to tap into some grants for. So I want to learn about some stuff myself. So this is not only just for them, but this is for me. So Without further ado, want to introduce yourself and how you got started and who you are.
Absolutely. So I'm Stormi Banks. I'm the founder of Pink Print Firm, which is a full service grant writing agency. I have been doing this since 2021, and it really just started from my own need for money. In 2021, I had actually gotten robbed the year before from my best friend, and that was the seed money that I had saved up for my business I was going to start in Atlanta the next year. And so having like bad credit and not really having my documentation together, my business wasn't really fully right. I was like, what are ways that I can still get the funding that I need from my business? And that's when I kind of went into this deep dive on YouTube and Instagram and all the social platforms. And I found a congressional hearing where they were talking about monies that they were getting ready to give out for the fiscal year. And I was like, well, where is this money going? Where are they putting this money at? And I was like, oh, okay. Started looking up, going deeper diving. And I'm like, oh, they're giving it out in grants to small business owners, to people who are doing the services and becoming vendors and contractors who are businesses or nonprofits. And I was like, well, I got this business already that I've had, so let me see how I could get in where I fit in. Applied to 10 grants, won my 11th $50,000 grant off the first hit, and I was sold. I was sold. From then on, I was like, oh yeah, we getting this money because it's debt free. It was money I did not have to pay back, money that did not have to have a credit score for. And it was literally an application online as if I was applying to a job. I said, well, why would I apply for a job when I can get paid money for doing the same amount of work?
That's crazy. So for those that don't know, can you explain what exactly is a grant? Because I feel like people hear it, but they don't know exactly what it is.
I mean, on the like super basic level, is money that's capital money funding that's infused into your business that's debt-free funding. This could be from a corporation, a private foundation. This could be from a government entity, a state entity. You know, there's multiple ways it can come from, but essentially it's just money that is infused into your business that has no strings attached in terms of diluting the business or adding any like terms of having to pay the money back. That's the basics.
I like that. What's the biggest misconception that you hear, telling people about grants?
Well, people think that they have to be a nonprofit, and so that's not true. So that's a big thing. It's like for-profit businesses definitely win a lot of money. Our for-profit company this year, we've done $210,000 in grants, and that's because we're consistently applying. And then people also think that they have to get grants only in their industry. Like they'll be like, oh, I'm a hairstylist, I got to get beauty grants. And it's like, no, actually there's marketing grants available. There's workforce development grants. There's economic development grants. There's, different sectors and grants that you can go for even through your industry. So a lot of people think they have to be industry specific, and you don't. You can get grants for all different type of things within your needs to serve your business.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So is there a limit on grants that you can get?
This is why I like grants, is because it does not matter. You know how with credit, it's like, okay, once you have a certain threshold on your credit, now your utilization, you maxed out. With grants, it's unlimited. Like as many as you can apply for, and that you have the paperwork and you have the process to go through, is as many as you can win. But see, the problem with why people don't get unlimited funding is because they're trying to do it themselves. Like this is my honest, like just looking at, I work with hundreds, over 10,000 business owners at this point. Jeez. And we haven't serviced all of them in our done for you process, but we've taught, we've educated, whatever the case may be. So with that being said, what I have seen is people are the CEO of their business, the marketing, the content, the sales, and they're doing all the jobs. And they also try to add on grants as a job, and they're just not going for as many that they need to go for. Our strategy in our business is 1 grant a day keeps the debt away. We apply for 1 grant every single day in my business.
Now, let me ask you this. How long does it take to apply for a grant to where because when you just said, you said 1 grant a day, I'm like,
exactly.
1 grant, like I'm still trying to figure out how to eat today. Like 1 grant a day.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to do 1 grant?
It depends on what you got. So if you come in, like we call it getting grant ready, get all your paperwork in a Google Drive, get your proposal written for you, and then you can just literally take that content and apply to multiple different grant opportunities within like 15, 20 minutes. If you can, but you have to read through and understand it. But the actual application itself, you can do that really quickly. But see, people don't even have the basic necessity. So that's why every time they're going for a grant, it's taking them an hour, hour and a half, because they got to think of, how do I answer this question? What's my mission? What's my vision? How am I going to use the money? They're thinking of it every single new grant opportunity. And just to throw this out there, you can't use AI for grant opportunities. They have a tool called Zero GPT that they are literally going through the application, seeing who's using them and kicking those out, especially on the corporate side. Yes, and I have to say this because a lot of people...
Yo, I know you're enjoying this episode. I know you're getting a lot of game and a lot of value, a lot of information. But is it okay for me to give you even more value? Is it okay for me to give you more information? So if you just said yes, what I want to do is I want to give you access to a free training that I'm having, 100% free. You can log in. If you don't like, you can log off. It's 100% free. In this training, I'm going to show you guys the 4 steps that I utilize to be able to buy properties, rent properties, make money on property. Like this building we're in right now is 100% mine. And we do that. And I have done that doing those 4 simple steps. So what I want you guys to do is go to fundedandclosed.com, just like the podcast, but fundedandclosed.com. And you're going to be able to register for the free training. Like I said, 100% free. And it's going to give you those 4 steps that I utilize to build my real estate empire. And you can do this exactly where you at right now. So look, we're going to get back to the episode. But before we go ahead and finish, press pause, go to that website, go ahead and RSVP for the training. And I'm going to see you soon. Let's get to it.
People think, oh, I could use AI or ChatGPT to write my grant proposal. Okay, you use that, but there's more to grant writing than just writing the actual grant. Way more. So like one of the things, for instance, the reason why we hire lawyers when we're at a certain stage in our business is because there's certain policies and procedures that a lawyer has to go through. They understand when to submit the paperwork, when to go to the judge, when to put this in, when to do that. There's a process to it. With grant writing, there's a process to the grant. There's timelines, there's dates, there's deadlines. I'm not just writing a grant. I'm following the procedures. You don't know the procedures. You don't know the formats. You don't know the fonts. You don't know the word count. You don't know what needs to be done. AI is not going to do all of that for you. You got to tell AI what to do.
So if you don't know what to tell them, how they going to expect to do it? And
now you're frustrated with the process because you're not winning any grants, but that's because you're trying to use a tool that you got to be smarter than for it to work. That AI is not smarter than me when it comes to grants. I could tell the AI what to do and get back what I need to win, but you're not going to be able to do that. I've been doing this over 10,000 hours, certified grant writer. You're not going to do that.
Talk your shit. Go ahead. So when I hear people say like we're gonna have AI write the grants, that's kind of like, I would say clickbaity because I don't want to talk about anybody, but that's a gray area, I guess.
I mean, you know what the thing is people want to have the easiest route out. Same reason why people are taking Majerno, because they don't want to get in the gym and go do the work, right? They're shooting themselves up, don't know what the end results are going to end up. They just know, okay, if I could lose weight immediately, I'm going to do this. But the thing about doing the work is you build the character. The thing about putting your investment in and paying your money is that you actually get the education and the resources from educated, experienced people. Sure, go ahead, click on the clickbait or whatever you want to call it, go do the AI resources, and then you're going to get frustrated. You're going to end up hiring me anyway, but now you've lost all this time that we could have been putting in getting you to success. And I'm not going for the little grants. I'm not talking about let's get $2,500 easy grant opportunity. I'm talking about I want the $100,000s, the $50,000s, the $1 million. Like that's the money I'm going for. So AI is not going to generate that for me.
This is why I like her. You see how I just said kicked off? What has been 10 minutes? Like what time did we start? It's been like 7 minutes in and we already getting spicy on them. I love that. So, okay, this is getting good. All right. So now my question to you for those, okay, so you got the $2,500 to $5,000 grants. If someone says like, yo, I want to go into the after the $50,000 grants, like what is the difference and at what price point amount does it start getting a little different? Like for example, like in real estate, if you want to get a little $50,000, $100,000 loan, a hard money loan to buy a house, it's like, okay, a couple of little things we need, boom. When you want to go ahead and get them bigger, them 600, 700, pretty much like 500,000 and up, they really want to evaluate this deal. Like, yo, what are you sure you, let me see this budget. Let me check. How many projects have you done before we get at what point with grants where they start asking a little bit more at like what numbers that look like?
So with grants, it more so depends on the funder, like who's giving out the money. So you have corporate grants. Corporate grants are like, AT&T just had a $50,000 grant. You got Verizon hosting a $25,000 grant right now. When it comes to corporations, they're more so in it for like, oh, we have this corporate responsibility. We want to make it look like we're supporting people so that they can sign up for our services. We get all these people's information where we could sell them on our stuff through emails. It's more of a business play for them. We get to write this off on our taxes. It's more of a business play. So they're really not tripping on what you're really using the money for. Answer the questions, follow the rules, and we'll just choose who looks the best on paper. When it comes to like state local grants, now they're already in your business from day one. They want to see that you have done something in the community. They want to see that you have impact. Do you have employees? Like how is your business really doing what it says it's going to do? Those grants are ranging anywhere from like $5,000 to $500,000 on a state level, but they're definitely asking you for paperwork and they want a full proposal, from you. Then you got the federal grants, those are big dogs. They come in with the 6-figure, 7-figure grant opportunities, but they're like, where your mama live, what's her birth certificate looking like? That's when you got to be like minority certified to start getting into certain things, or economically depressed certified. That's when that stuff starts going into play. So it more so depends on the level that you're working on in terms of funders. I
like that. So let me ask you this. A lot of people utilize that don't have everything in order. Like let's say, for example, with credit cards. A lot of people may not have an LLC that's like open for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. A lot of people might not have their tax returns. A lot of people may not have a business that's actually bringing in a lot of money, income. So what the people do is they'll do credit card stacking. Let me get a 5, let me get a 10, let me get a 20, and rack that up to 250. For someone that isn't 100% ready, do you recommend, I guess, I don't know if I just made this up, grant stack, or like go get your stuff in order and go after the big one right out the gate? Like, what do you think?
No, grant stacking is a real thing, right?
I thought I just made that up.
No, you could have. We'll claim it here, but it's a real thing in terms of the philosophy behind what it takes, because what you can do is start showing other funders that you've built other relationships, that you've won. Okay, I won a $5,000 grant. This is the report that we did on it. We won a $25,000 grant. This is the report on that. So you're able to start building those relationships and get those letters of recommendation from, so-and-so corporation or so-and-so state representative to say, yes, they were, studious with the grant opportunity that we gave them, and they did what they was meant to do, and yada yada. So yes, you can build it up to then get to those levels, and those relationships could get you into bigger doors. So it's 100% important to go for all of the grants that's out there. I still apply for $5,000 grants, right? Like in my company, if we're applying to 1 grant a day, we just kicking them out. At this point, it doesn't matter how much they are. We just want to align and we want to conquer. That's like our only goals. So I think that you definitely can grant stack, especially since it's not limited on how many that you can win, but you got to know where to find them. You got to know where to find the grants, and you got to have a system.
I was just about to ask that. So in order to do a grant a day, that's 30 grants. That's 30 grants a month. How do you find 30 grants a month?
I mean, at this point, we've built out a whole research team, but like for somebody just getting started, how people are like, oh, get a VA for this. Get a virtual assistant off onlinejobs.ph, hire them for, $8, $10, whatever you can afford and whatever you guys agree to. And literally you want them searching the databases. You just tell them, hey, this is the budget, right? Let's say you come to Pink Print, you get your grant proposal written. I have clients that do this like literally today who are making 6 figures on grants.
Let's not forget the grant proposal. I wanted to get back there, but finish.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
Don't let me forget that.
Okay. So now you have this full document where you could say, okay, based on this proposal, I want you to find grants for this, based on my budget, like where I'm going. And you just have a VA searching like grantwatch.com, grants.gov. Like those are the sites you want to use. Instrumental, like go heavy on finding grant opportunities consistently based on, the alignment for the business and how much that they want to go for. And you already will have your documents prepared because you'll have your proposal. You should have your business documents in like a Google Drive or some type of thing. And then they could just easily just be submitting day to day.
Damn. And you said grant proposal. So what is a grant proposal like, and what does that look like?
So a grant proposal is essentially a document put together for the business to go through like your executive summary, your mission, your vision. It tells a narrative in a story-like manner, concise and clear language in order to present what your business does, who it serves, what are the measurable outcomes, goals, and then what's the budget, how you'll use X amount of dollars in the business. So the way we do it is we kind of create what's called a boilerplate, which is essentially a template for a grant proposal, and you're able to kind of edit that and rearrange like the budget in certain key areas based on the grants that you're going for. So it makes the process super easy. We also give you like, a grant masterclass so you can learn how to edit it, how to use it, and then you can train a VA to be able to just like keep the process going all year long. But if you're trying to go into it like, I'm going to consistently consistently apply to grants and this is going to be you're not going to do another job. Let's be real. It's 2025 almost, like it's time to get situated. You're not taking on another job. Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, get a professional. I believe in opportunity costs. And a lot of people look at costs as far as like I'm losing money. I'm thinking about losing opportunity. So me trying to do this myself and take up all that time, let's say it takes me 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to win my first grant, I could have got with someone that's actually a professional and won it the first month. Think about it, that's 3 months of time you just wasted, and also opportunities that you just wasted. So I'm big on that. Like, yo, just pay. Like for example, you can make your own LLC. I got a company that has my credit card, social security, have all my information on file. I literally just text them 123 Main Street. Like when I buy a house, I buy the LLC name. 123 Main Street LLC. I'll just text them that and they'll send me back my file next day. Like, here's all that whole packet, operating agreement, EIN, all the stuff. All right, I can send it to the title company or do whatever I need to do with it. I just pay somebody to get it done right the first time instead of you trying to figure it out. Like, that stuff is, you wasting a lot of time. You could be searching for more money, more opportunities, put together more deals, and make more things happen versus just paying somebody the 100, 150, 200, 5, whatever the price costs to get it done. Think about how much more money you would make if that's done faster. And that's how I look at life. And that's like kind of how I had my success. It's like, yo, how much it cost? Let's speed this crap up. How much it cost? So I want to ask you, when you're putting together like the grant, 2 questions. When you're putting together the grant proposal or the grant in general, is it like a 2-3 page essay? Is it 10 pages? Like, what does it look like?
It's like 22 to 30 pages.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like 10,000 word count.
I've never even wrote a 22 page. So I went to college for a hot second. I went to Penn State Edmonton, and they kicked me out because my GPA was like trash. I would go to the first class and I would leave. I've never even wrote more than 5. I like 22 pages. Yeah, that's dead.
No, we be working. We be working
22
like,
pages.
We be in a computer like this all day. That's just what we doing. And the thing is it's not just the writing, it's also the research. So like one thing that people don't do, right? This is like part of our strategy that I train my team on is we do a lot of back end research. So anytime we have a client that comes to us and they're like, okay, I want to open, a home healthcare business, right? So we're going to go take their business. We understand, okay, this is your model, how you want to work it. Cool. This is how much money you need, where you want to spend it. Now we're going to go look for grants that have funded things similar to you in the past. So once we find those grant opportunities, we kind of know how to tailor what to say based on your business model because they've already funded these similar opportunities. Then we go a step further. We're going to look at who did they fund in the past and what was their budget like. So my team, we literally be like looking up past applicants, getting them on seeing them on LinkedIn, following them on social media, DMing them, emailing them, trying to get on a call. Hey, can you send us what you sent over for this particular grant? Because we're going to literally take some of that, shred it apart and put it into there so we can already become the obvious choice. We work smarter, not harder. We're not coming up with something random to present and hoping it's darts, throwing darts in the dark. No, like we're going based on what we know has won and our expertise. And then we got so many winning proposals in our back end. Like I said, we've helped over 10,000 people. We got hundreds of proposals that have won. So we already know what formula works, how to word stuff, what language to use, how to move. Like we know how to do it.
You guys doing the detective work.
Yeah. That's hours. Hours of work.
People gotta put respect on it when you're telling somebody I can get this done. It's like, no, I can get this done. Like I got a track record. Like we're actually putting in the work. We're in the field. We're getting stuff done. I like that. So you said a couple things in reference to like having this and this. What you said something like, what do you need for your business? What is your business? Like, what about somebody that's literally just getting started? Like, hey, I was on, I don't know, someone's masterclass. And it just gave me the inspiration to finally start my business and, work towards quitting my job. And I decided I want to start a real estate wholesaling business. Let's just say something like that. I just created LLC yesterday. I don't really have no track record because I'm new to this. I don't even know what I'm projecting I'm going to make because all this stuff is new. Can I get a grant?
Yeah, you definitely can out the gate get a grant, right? So what I would say you want to set up is definitely have your LLC, set up your business bank account because they're not going to fund the grant money into a personal account. It has to be through a
Okay.
business account. And then I would also say set up like a website, which at least has like a landing page of what the business does, who it is, who the team members are, contact information, just to present in a better light. Grantors are really serious about like digital footprints right now. So you got to have some way that they can search you and find you on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would definitely say after you get that stuff situated, you're going to want to make sure that I would say beta test the idea first, right? If it's a new product that you're starting, have some of your friends and family test it out so that you can have some measurable outcomes. This is what's going to set you apart from everybody else. Like when it comes to like the grants that you're going to get when you're startup are going to be mostly the corporate grant opportunities, right? The easier ones that they don't really look at too much paperwork. They don't really care, but it's going to be a lot of competition in those grants. They're running ads on those grants. So there's going to be 10,000 plus people applying. Mm-hmm. So you got to beat out 10,000 people, right? So the way to do that is to be able to actually show who has it helped and how many people could it help in the future based on the money that we receive. Okay, I got this new body butter, Stormi, and I want to get some grants to get some more inventory. Okay, cool. Let's beta test this for a couple weeks, see what the results are. Maybe you got a friend who got eczema. Have her test it out. Does her eczema deplete? Does she have more comfort? What can we say are results from the product? And now I'm gonna put the sauce on it and make it sound like you just this lit popping. Yeah, correct. Yeah. But you have to be able to have measurable outcomes. That's how you stand out from the rest of the competition. Because most people, I've read a lot of grants, right? Just being a judge on other grant opportunities and being on the board. People don't be following the rules. They be having grammar errors. They don't be telling you nothing about their business.
This stuff gotta look right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you just do the bare minimum in terms of follow the rules, don't have grammar mistakes, go into detail when they ask you a question. Like if they give you 500 characters, use them, tell them these people do not know you. You have to go into detail. And then from there, you submit the application. And I had a client just the other day, we was at a workshop. She submitted her grant. Literally 2 days later, they called her on the phone. Was like, yo, your grant application, we haven't chosen anybody yet, but your grant application was so amazing. We wanted to see if we could help you with a crowdfund campaign, which is another debt-free funding opportunity. Like people be watching. They be reading. They be trying to get inspired. They be like, it's regular everyday people reading your application. So like, give them the sauce.
You ever seen a grant get denied because did they due diligence on you? Not you person, but like the person, and went through Instagram and they're like, we don't know if we want to fund that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing I tell everybody is you want to get feedback on every application, whether you win or you lose. Email back the funder and simply thank you for the opportunity. Is there any individual feedback that you could give to help me in my grant journey? Boom. Good or bad. So when it's bad, they'll say stuff like, we didn't like your business model. We didn't like your budget. Oh, we funded these similar projects in the past, so we're trying to go a different route. They'll say stuff like, we don't feel like your business is ready yet. Maybe you can get more of this or that, social proof, whatever the case may be. But also when you get feedback, when you have one, it helps you see what you're doing right. So now you can tailor it to be able to like position yourself. This is why I love grants, because once you win with one funder, you know what works. Like you're like, okay, cool. This is the formula. Let me try this 10 more times. Okay, I won another one, but I lost another 9. So let me see why these other 9 didn't fund me. So you just tailoring it. At some point, you apply to so many, it just starts being like consistent money coming in. This is when I say grants is a revenue strategy. This is the high level that I'm talking about when it comes to grants, because grants
turn into real income.
You put grants are taxable, so you put grants on your taxes as other income. Yes.
So I win a $50,000 grant, I gotta pay a percentage of it,
unless you spend the money like regular business expenses. Unless because
I can write
correct.
Okay,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes on your taxes. So when I'm like telling people, okay, you're a startup business owner, you made $50,000 in 1 year, but then you can apply to grants every single day and win an extra $100,000. Now you got $150,000 business. That opens you up for a lot other things.
Okay. So let's say, for example, my business makes $10,000 a month, right? Let's say my business made $120,000 a year, but I won a $100,000 grant. A couple grants that equaled up to $100,000. I grant stack. That's mine. So I'm using that. So I got, at the end of the year, my business brought in $220,000 from actual income and then grants, from revenue and grants. So if I want to go ahead and apply for, let's say, like a house, and they say, what's your income that you made, your business made this year, I can put $220,000. Damn.
It's going to be on your tax return.
Damn.
As your gross revenue, because it's going to be a line. It's not a line that says grant income. There's a line that says other income.
And you just showing the money came in.
Correct. That's what I be trying to tell people, is that there's money to be made and it's worth it, because I mean, you see people all the time, they'll apply for 50 jobs on Indeed and go to 50 interviews, and that's taking them weeks on end to do to get paid minimum wage. It becomes a worth problem.
Mm-hmm.
You believe that you're worth minimum wage. You believe that in the dimension that you are existing in, that is your worth. Me as a person, I'm like, I could literally do that same thing, take that same amount of time and apply to grants where I could get unlimited money. So already my worth is uncapped. And then I could utilize that funding that I'm getting to be able to do multiple other things that I want to do in my business and in my life. Because you know how sometimes you'll be able to get credit based on one business for a whole nother business, or from your personal for your business opportunities. So it opens you up for so many things, and it's debt free. You don't go into no debt. You don't owe nobody no money back.
I like that. I want to transition too. I've been seeing an amazing campaign that you've been doing different. When I first saw, I'm like, this is different. Okay. When I seen the black and white, I'm like, what the heck she about to do? As soon as I seen it, I'm like, okay, I like that. And I like how you, one thing I want to say from since I first met you, I like how you make it fun with the paint, you know, with the debt-free clinic. Like, I like how you make it fun, you know, going back in time a little bit. So I wanted to personally say your marketing strategies, I love them. But the other piece is, what made you go with that type of campaign? Like, because I like how it ties all in.
Yeah. The debt-free clinic, you know, first off, it is a revolution for me, because I really feel like I've worked with so many clients, and I was on a call with a client literally earlier today. I'm $300,000 in debt. I got a business credit card. I got a vehicle in my business name. I financed this. I financed that. I got the, and I'm just like, you ain't even made no money yet. You have not even made $300,000 in the business to be that deep in debt. It honestly starts to break my heart. And that's why I was like, we got to do a revolution. Like, we got to tell people the options that they got. We got to show them as other opportunities. At least when you're getting started, go for grants. And then when your business is making $100K, you could take a $10,000 loan or do a credit card or whatever the case may be. But you don't know if your business is going to make any money. So let's start off with some other options before we just go full throttle and be like, yeah, I'm going to make this hit. You know, some people work good under pressure. Some people don't. Yeah. But when it came to the debt-free clinic and the revolution, I was reading up on actually this lady named Elaine Brown, who was the first woman to be a leader over the Black Panther Party. And she used to host these clinics, free lunches, and this sickle cell clinic. And I was like, man, that's dope. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm kind of vibing with right now. I'm like on this revolution tip. And so I was like, I'm doing a debt-free clinic where we finna just pay off $50,000 of debt for business owners and try to like at least do something to tackle this epidemic that's happening. It's a crisis with business owners. Like, they can't get ahead because they're drowning, and they just got to do anything. And see, that's how the devil play you. He gets you so distracted, and he gets you drowning in certain things that now you got to make certain moves before you really just crash out. So you got people going back to selling drugs. You got people going back to the strip club. You got people going back to their 9-to-5, all because their business is drowning in debt. So if I could be a part of a revolution to save somebody from giving up on their dream because they're drowning in debt or bills, 100%. Power to the people.
I love that. I think I kind of made this up on another podcast episode, but fund responsibly. I feel like people need to get funded responsibly. Like for example, with me, you know, I help people get access to funding, not grants, but like, you know, credit cards, loans to be able to buy houses. But I'm not telling somebody to go get $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in funding. Like, yo, listen, you need about 50 or need about 30. Let's get you up to 100. But because what happens is, one, that's a lot of money. Some people never even seen that kind of money, made that kind of money, or even know somebody that has that kind of money. So getting access to that kind of money is just like, it can put you way more under than you already was. You actually were in a better position before you got access to $200,000 in credit card funding. So that's why personally, I had this conversation. It's so funny. I had this conversation with someone. They were like, yo, why don't you like go full throttle with like the funding stuff? You know it. I'm like, because like it goes against some personal things I have, morals and stuff that I have. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with people that teach, business funding, because some of them are my brothers, but just me personally, it goes against like I'll show you how to get 50 to 100. I know how to get more than that, but it's like, I don't want to show you how to get 300,000 because I don't want you calling me back or DMing me back like, yo, bro, that 300,000 is gone, and there they calling. I got $2,000 a month minimum payment, or I got some crazy stuff, and it's just like, I start feeling bad. So I be mindful about, because I understand the position and the influence we have. I can go online right now and tell you, you got 800 credit score, go get this 250 real fast. And people like, yo, boy, and I did it. And I'm just like, all right, bet. And they like, but yo, I messed it up. And it's easy to say like, oh, that's not my problem. You should have thought about it. It's easy for me to say that, but is that really solving the problem? So I really be mindful. Like, even you might laugh at this, but when I had my classes, I like, hey, we about to transition to the business funding thing, but we got to pause for a second. You know how you say a moment of silence? We need to pause for a second. This money is to invest into business and real estate. If you're not thinking about doing this, log off. I'll make that clear. And you got to do that because people really are like, man, I'm about to get this 500,000. I'm about to get this 50,000. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take this little trip to Miami real quick and do this. But I got 40 left over. That's enough. And that's how it starts. 40 go to 35, to go to 30, to 25, to 22, to 20. And now you don't even got enough money to do the original move you had. So now it's like, oh, shoot. But now I still got another 30,000 I got to pay off. And then there was like, oh, shoot, hold up. Boom, you think you can give me another $50,000 to pay off the other $50,000 and now you in 100? Then it just gets deep. So like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even be wanting to teach that information like that. Like, and I honestly say it. People will say like, yo, listen, I'll pay you to go like, look, go to them. Like I turn down stuff all the time because I can tell like you ain't about to do right with this. I don't even want no parts of that because I don't want you crying me. I literally had people. You know what happened to me one time? It changed everything for me. I had someone join one of my programs years ago, right? Join one of my programs a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, and they got access to some funding to join into a program. This was I was doing a 10K program, right? And the program was viable. They got all information. They gave me everything. A lot of people succeeded, but it was this one guy. He got access to funding to get the 10K, paid me, and he wasn't showing up on the Zoom calls. He wasn't showing up. He didn't do his part. Now, so for me, by default, I can be like, man, you ain't do your work, F you. But it kind of, he DM'd me a year later or like 9 months later or something like that and was like, yo, bro, you think you can help me out? That's how I messaged. I'm like, what's up, bro? I remember you. What's up? He's like, yo, I'm in a jam. I'm like, what? He said, man, this $500 monthly payment is killing me. I lost my job. And he said, I know you don't have to help me at all because I ain't going to lie. I didn't show up on the Zoom calls. I didn't do what I need to do. I just I thought I could just do this a little later. I just was excited to be in a room. And I'm reading the message and I end up doing what I could do with him. But that moment was like, okay, as I don't like to call myself an influencer. I feel like I'm not. Somebody told me I am, but I don't like that word. But as teachers, as coaches, we got to understand that everybody shouldn't be taught some of this game. Like, it's power in what we're teaching. Some people shouldn't be able to get that at this exact moment. That's when it hit me like, okay, I can't teach too much of this stuff to two certain people. And even though you might be willing to, like, I'm willing to cut the check, I don't think you're ready for this because I already see in your eyes, you looking to splurge. You looking to trick off. So like, take this game because I don't want to be a part of it. And I might be dumb for doing that. I don't know, but it's just how, like, I seen people DM me like, yo, bro, I'm in a deeper jam than I was when I came with you because I went and got access to funding and I'm be honest, I didn't do it right, but I need you to fix me. Bro, how do you want me to fix it? Like, pay off your debt for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and so it left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm mindful about getting $250,000 credit cards. That's just me personally.
No, it's predatory lending. It's a business. We got to remember, like, there's a whole industries, $1 trillion worth of
I think
debt.
you posted that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's trillion.
Chase or something like that. Yeah.
This is the literal industry. They're making trillions of dollars on interest payments, on loan payments. Like, this is their whole business. They raking up. Their families are rich for generations to come because you keep running the play. And sometimes, and this is why I be having like these moments where I'm like, I be believing that prosperity loves patience. Like, if you genuinely want to be prosperous long term, make the right moves. Don't move in haste. Don't feel like you got to hurry up and make decisions and I got to get on this and I got to buy in this and I got to get in the room. It's okay to like chill and be in your own vibe and run your own show and do things that feel right and listen to God and call your advisors and talk to your lawyer and make.
Hey, so I know you're enjoying the episode so far and you're probably hearing some of the plays, but you might be like, my credit isn't there. I don't have the best credit. I may not be able to run some of the plays they're saying. So what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity for free credit repair. I said it, 100% free credit repair. I'm going to drop the website below where you can go ahead and get your credit repaired for free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software so that way you can pull your reports and this will be fixed for free. All you have to do is go to nochargecreditrepair.com. It is 100% free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software so you can actually pull the report and actually see what the score is on all three bureaus. And then this system is going to fix your credit for free. So again, nochargecreditrepair.com, and you guys can get access to that. Look, there is no reason why you can't win. This is the link for you to get your credit repair. You're watching a podcast episode where it's showing you how to make money, how to get funded. There's no reason why you can't win. So go ahead and click the link, pause this episode, go ahead and sign up, and then get back to the episode and keep learning, keep winning, keep growing. Let's get it.
Decisions slowly. Like, yes, you will miss out on some opportunities moving slowly, but those wasn't the right ones because the right opportunities was never going to pass you by. That's my understanding. And I know there's an indoctrination that people need to hurry up and move quick in order to be successful. But for me, that's just not what I'm believing in because grants take time. It could be 4 to 6 weeks before I even hear back from a grant opportunity. Am I tripping? No, because I got 30 other applications going and, out there ready to go. You imagine that you're on a boat and you got 30 lines with bait on them. Yeah. Out in the water, like deep sea, you're good. You like, I got 30 lines. One of these is going to hit. I know for a fact one of these is going to hit. And when they do, cool, I got food to feed my family all month. I got this big old fish. I'm about to chop it up and freeze it and get ready. So when I want a grant, it's like, okay, cool. This is the money I can use to pay my team. Like my payroll is good for this month. My marketing budget is good for this month. I'm chilling. Now all I got to do is keep making the money that we make on an everyday basis to invest. I brought in healthcare in my business because in grants. I was able to bring in like paid time off and benefits in my business. I got multiple employees. I got almost 21 employees right now, full-time and part-time. This is from grants. This is from being patient. This is from chilling. I'm not in no race to hurry up and get the money fast. I was talking to Janelle on her challenge and she was like, we got a grant for real estate and it took her like a year to get the money for the property they was fixing out. And I'm like, yeah, but you made more on that project. That's probably the most you ever made on the project because you ain't had to put your money up. So it's like, cool, if you just map everything out and you got a process, you're going to make more money in the end anyway, because your money is being invested in your life insurance or your high yield savings or your, your real estate or whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, I'm just at a point in my life where I'm like, prosperity loves patience.
I like that. I'm gonna borrow that. The speed comes from comparison.
Come on now.
I feel like I need to get this house done fast so I can buy another because I seen someone else buy 2 houses.
Right.
If you talk to any older investor, 50, 60, 70 years old, and they'll say, yo, y'all young boys be moving different. We used to buy a house or 2 or 3 a year. Cash. We used to knock it out, get it done, take our time, sell it, make our profit, go about a day, but it was all our money. And they always say, like, I'm not mad at y'all stuff, but like, y'all loading up on a lot of debt. Y'all buying these houses 2, 3 at a time. But then on the same token, y'all not even finishing all of them fast. Come on now. And you still got the mortgage payment, but then when y'all sell them, y'all might only make $5,000, $10,000. Like, believe it or not, and I want y'all to listen to this, like just because you see your favorite real estate person online saying they buying a house a month, 2 houses a month, or they flipping houses or doing whatever. Like a lot of them are not making the money they think that they're making, or they show a check for $70,000 that they just made, but 50 of it got to get to pay off the credit card, or 50 of it got to pay off the silent partner that got the real bag that's sitting behind the scenes quiet. And they're like, man, I don't need the show. I don't need the spotlight. So it's not no real margin. So versus you may have a project that you did one time and it took you 8 months, but you might have made $100,000 off of. And remember too, like, you don't have to quit your job to do some of these things. Like, so this is extra money for real. Like, this conversation can go deep, but like she said, just take your time. Run your movie. It was a moment in my life where I started having that comparison syndrome. And I was like, hold up, such and such doing this. And I caught myself immediately. One of the biggest things that we can do is have a therapist. I honestly believe that. My life started going in the positive direction. My life always positive. Not to say I'm just the greatest person alive, but I don't put myself in environments where a lot of, people have a lot of negative things happen to them because they in negative environments. I surround myself with people like you and things like that. So, but when I started seeing myself positively going in this direction, positive on the inside, when I started getting a therapist, I go every 2 weeks, sometimes weekly, depending on, I say, bro, give me a schedule. You tell me what day you can see me. And we just go from there. Sometimes it's twice a month, sometimes it's 3 times a month. But long story short, one day I had that little comparison syndrome. It was a while ago. And I had a session maybe like 2 days later. And we was talking. I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I felt like this, and this the other day. And he kind of told me, he's like, no, like, you're in your space. You're in your lane. You're on your wave right now. Don't worry about what their wave is. We're wherever their wave is, because we don't even know what's going on behind the scenes of their wave for real.
Dude, I just talked to Sean about that this morning.
Yeah.
We don't really be knowing for real. Like, my first year when I got into real estate, I do the tax lien auctions out in Memphis. So my first year I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy one property, go through it, see how everything worked, whoop-de-whoop. I was calling you and workout and everybody else. And then my second year I was like, okay, I'm gonna get 2 properties this year. Now next year I get 3. Now I got 7. I own all mine free and clear. And most of the renovations I got through grant opportunity. So I don't even have a lot of cash in those houses, but I own them 100% on me. So if hard times come, if another COVID comes, I got my business that's debt free making money. I got my properties that's debt free. So if anything needs to shake, sell that, do that, refinance that, anything, I can move. I'm flexible. I got a lot of agility and I can move quickly no matter what happens because I don't owe nobody. That's owning the block to me.
Yeah.
Everybody is like, let's buy the block back. You not buying the block back. The bank bought the block back. Now you got to pay the bank back. Like, you don't own your stuff. I want 100% equity in everything that I have until somebody comes with a good deal that makes it worth my time. But I think that's the problem in our communities as colored people, is that we constantly want to move so fast because we're hungry and desperate because we haven't had access for so long that we don't understand all of the options that are available to us before we make decisions. And then we got predatory people at the top that are
deals.
The ones that's telling us, oh, hurry up and make a decision. Oh, you need this opportunity. Oh, you got to pay this. Oh, you got to do that. Because they're making money off the deal. Them the coons. And I'm going to just say the completely 100%. You got the coons that's over the top of everything, the gatekeeping, telling you what to do and how to move. And it's getting you in bigger trouble and bigger debt and bigger issues. I'll air the whole industry out. I don't really be caring because my stuff, I own my stuff.
Yeah, I have no care.
I'm 100% me over it. Ain't nobody taking no PC over here. So I just think it's important as business owners, as people. Grants is a real strategy, like an actual real strategy that you could build a business, pass it down to your kids with no debt attached to it, something that's actually generating income, that actually makes money. That's how you start building your legacy, is by making good decisions.
I believe that 100%. I even caught myself into, getting a couple different loans on a couple different projects. So I got a couple different strategies and a couple different businesses that I'm funneling back into real estate. So my next couple of houses is going to be free and clear, because I bought some houses free and clear, and then I got into this wave where I was buying them fast. I was getting a lot of debt. Now, hell, pause. Let me start slowing this down. Because now I'm racking up a lot of debt, which is nothing wrong with it because it's good debt. I got it backed against an asset that's worth way more than the debt. But on the same token, like you said, the bank is really owning stuff. So you want to kind of start transition as time. Like, do what you need to do, get your foot in the door, but also understand what you're doing and how to transition out of it. Like, I own a lot of stuff with debt, and I own a couple pieces with no debt on it. So understand that I kind of, as years go on, I want to start switching that to where now it's a lot of stuff, no debt, and a little bit of stuff with debt. You know, so it's all about, you know, pivoting yourself, but doing what you need to do to get in the door, but not keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to go ahead and get a 50, and I want to say this because I don't want to like confuse people. If you need to go get a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 credit card to get the ball started, but don't make this a habit of, you get what I'm saying? You know, if you can only get a $5,000, $10,000 grant because all your paperwork is situated, do what you need to do, but don't make it a habit of it. Get your paperwork together so you can come back and get the $100,000 grant, because that's the whole point of this pod. Everybody's not in a perfect position right now, but start aiming like one of my good friends, Joy. Start thinking about your business, Walmart now, and start working towards that. Don't keep it at this level. Start working towards that level. So I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I enjoy all our conversations. One last question I have for you and what we do on every episode is we talk about discipline, we talk about making money, we talk about reinvesting money, we talk about doing all this type of stuff. What's one thing that you do that's your advice that has nothing to do with business that you spend your money on? Like for me, I like to travel. When you just came here, I literally was just looking up a trip. I was on Expedia looking up a trip. So I like to travel. And when I do travel, I like to eat good, do all the excursions, have fun. I like to we go away. Let's just do everything.
We spend it.
Yeah, let's do whatever. Let's just like, this is it's 2 days. It's 3 days. It's a week. Like, who's really going on? I mean, people do. I don't go on too much trips.
Yeah.
7 days, 5 days, 4 days. So like, we can have a good time. That's my thing. And I like to eat out. I like to eat food. So what's your thing that you spend money on that has nothing to do with reinvesting in the business?
Okay, so I got two things.
Okay.
The first one definitely is travel. So for the last 10 years, I've had this tradition where every birthday month, which is May for me, I go on a month-long trip. So I did Italy and Spain this year. I did Japan last year. I did Bali. Like, I do a place that I've always just dreamt of, and I just go for the whole month and see the different type of things that I would want to do. Like, I think in my next life, I'm gonna go to Italy and learn how to build, go through architecture semesters and like learn how to build.
That's
and like,
decent.
yeah, I want to do stuff like that. So I just like exposing myself to stuff I've never seen before outside of TV. And then I would say the second thing is still in the sense of traveling, but I go to all my family's important stuff. Like, that's a big thing for me. I will spend any dime to. My brother has a boxing tournament. Okay, I gotta go see him do a boxing tournament. My brother's speaking in DC. I gotta go to DC. Like, I make time to go to all my family's important stuff, or birthdays, holidays. Like, that's just one thing. I want to have those memories when everybody starts fading out. I want to be able to live off of those memories. So that's another thing I do.
Sidebar, it's personal. Have you ever had a situation where you wasn't able to, because I've seen this before, where you wasn't able to make it for some reason, and did they understand, or they were like, yo, you always come? Like, what the heck? What's going on this time?
Yeah, no, my family's very understanding.
Okay,
and
that's
yeah,
dope.
they don't be tripping, but
That's dope.
You know, because sometimes scheduling stuff, it just don't work for real. But
Yeah.
I make 90%.
I heard Wallace say
the
this.
things.
One time you said, I can't do it. That's when all the tripping starts happening.
Oh, that's for people who don't love you.
Let's get off now, because it's about to turn into a whole another thing. But look, I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you for being on the pod. Thank you for sharing great information. Just drop your Instagram, drop what you got going on, how you can help people with their grants, if you want to help people with their grants.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Funded and Closed. I am your girl, Stormi Banks. And if you need to get in touch with me, I'm on all social platforms at Stormi Banks _. And then, of course, you can also tap into my company, Pink Print Firm. Google us. We're everywhere. And I would love to speak with you, talk with you, and help you get to your grant success.
Good. I personally seen her get people grants. I personally seen it. And when we was on your class, like, people was really going, like, she did this class that I got an opportunity to guest speak on. Listen to this. I'm guest speaking on a grant class talking about real estate. And I'm so focused on, like, so I got this thing when I'm teaching a class, I just pick one person on the Zoom and I just look at them and I just talk. I just haven't looked at the comments. It's a whole side conversation about grants going on. Like, oh, this grant, boom, boom. I just won this. I just won this. I'm like, Oh, she got them turned up in here. Like
They
a
eating.
whole side conversations about the grants they got, what they doing. Oh, I just applied 5 minutes ago. And I'm like,
They eating.
damn. So I think that's dope. So for you guys that's tapping in, go to her website, go to her Instagram, tap in, because the people that she's helping, she's really, really helping. So again, thank you.
Thank you.